welcome back to Inside Franklin Athletics. I'm your host, Jake Trueblood, here, and I'm not with Nick Wilson today. My temporary co-host is Cage McCorkle. How you doing today, Cage?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Not too bad. So we have two people who both already been on the show, one for basketball, Kuryn Brunson, and then one for volleyball, and Scarlett Kimbrell. How are we doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, pretty fantastic.
Awesome. So you guys are coming off a strong win last night against Martinsville, at Martinsville. How was that game?
It was a hostile environment for sure. I mean, they already don't like us because, Ashley and Adeline moved here, but it's even more because we're good, so.
So did they go into the game like Ashley and Adeline, did they kind of go in with like revenge game mindset, or did they really just treat it like any other game?
Yeah, they were feisty, but they promised to keep it under control, and I thought their sportsmanship was pretty well.
You guys said it was hostile. What do you mean by that?
I mean, the entire game, their student section actually sat right behind their bench. So any mistake, any foul, especially if it was Ashlyn or Adeline, if it was made, they were on their head the entire
Wait, behind
time.
Franklin's bench or?
No, Martinsville bench.
All right. Were there like a lot of fouls? Was it close?
No, we won by 40.
They did score the first basket of the night. The only lead they had. Actually, on my head, not even cap. But, I mean, that was the closest it was.
Yeah.
And what's your guys' record now?
21-1.
So who do you guys got next?
Jennings County tomorrow night.
And that's at home?
Yes.
What time?
7:30.
So looking at Jennings County, what are you guys gonna have to do differently this game to, I've been told they're pretty good, and so what are you thinking going into this game?
Definitely we're gonna be more focusing on the paint. They have a 6'3", 6'2". Is she a sophomore?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and she's more of like, the typical post player that you don't really see in girls basketball. So we just need to be focused and locked in on the paint and, not letting them get off to any runs.
Do they try and spread the floor, like get it inside and then have people crash down so they can kick it out?
Most def, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they have one or two maybe consistent shooters.
Cool. How do you think the matchup's going to be with your guys starting five versus theirs?
So the matchup will probably be like, it's not really going to be a clash like how yesterday was, where like Martinsville wants to hold the ball at top of the key and like, we want to run. They're more of a running team like we are. We're just faster. We get more possessions. We'll definitely have to rebound defensively better. And, yeah, I think that's really it.
Who do you guys plan on putting on the 6'3" girl? Or do you think you guys might zone up?
One never goes on.
No.
Probably Erica.
You guys don't ever play zone?
No.
We're not allowed to say the Z word.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I've definitely heard of coaches like doing that kind of thing, like zones not good defense, that kind of stuff. But even in like college and professional level, I see zone get played a little bit, and it's like a hybrid, like high up guard, trap almost everything kind of thing. And it seems like it's successful if you can limit threes and still be able to.
Well, I mean, yesterday we went ball press, which is a zone, in the half court, and we got multiple traps off that. I think for him, he doesn't want us to think zones like a way to get out of playing high pressure defense.
Oh, okay.
So I think, just making it something other than just saying the word zone. Because, I mean, when you think of zone, you think of like a lazy, like, not
2-3,
so,
have your area, and barely move.
So I think his point is that he wants constant pressure on the ball. So we just avoid saying the word.
High intensity. I get that.
Yeah. How do you guys feel going into the postseason soon? Because last year it was semi-state, right?
Yeah.
And how does it feel after that loss last year? How does it feel going into this year?
We definitely have a chip on our shoulder. I mean, nobody thought we could get where we got last year with the team that we have. And now you have to think we added 2 more superstars technically to our roster. So, I mean, we definitely have state in the back of our mind. But right now, we're just focused on taking it one game at a time.
So your guys' one loss, how did that feel like, I don't know, like a reset for the rest of the season? Because having that, I feel like it's almost better that you have one before going into postseason. So you guys, I don't know, not like a reality check, but just like.
Right. I think we needed it. Like, the pressures, like, the unbeatable thing that happened on Twitter and, like, that type of thing. Like, it was a lot, and like the one loss is gonna happen, and it's better for it to happen in a tournament like that than be the last game for the seniors or last game for the team in general. So I think it needed to happen. I wouldn't call it a reset. It kind of just motivated us more. Like we have to go out and win every game from the beginning. So I think it just pushed us more, made us work harder, and definitely.
You guys still had a really strong game. Like that's a good team, and you guys played them pretty well. And I watched the stream, and it was two teams that were really battling, and you guys played well with adversity, and you don't always face that kind of adversity when you're playing. I mean, this conference this year just hasn't been able to match up with you guys just straight out. So,
how was it being in the Hall of Fame Classic? That's a really big deal. That's big time.
Yeah, I mean, it was thankful for the invite. It was a big deal. There were a lot of people there. We got shirts. We visited the museum, and I think we were like the first Franklin team in like 20 plus years to play there. So I mean, it was big for us, just to keep making history with the team that we have, and giving something Franklin to be proud of.
What do you think, Scarlett?
I thought it was exciting, but I was trying to look at the tournament like it was just any other game to not get too nervous. So I just kept my cool in the game.
Did you like the gym though?
Yeah, it was big. It was a different atmosphere.
It's awesome.
A lot of green.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd love to be able to go. Like, I wish you guys would add them to your schedule so that we could go down there and play like a night game when the gym's just packed. That's one thing I liked about the boys sectional at Indian Creek. Just it's not as big there, obviously, but that atmosphere was just awesome. The little in-ground gym was just packed. And
yeah, I was about to say, I feel like it not being as big makes it look more packed. So it's like more fun. It's like a lot of people there.
It's hard to create that atmosphere in our gym because it's just a different style of gym. So,
how many more games you guys have before postseason?
Tomorrow.
Oh, so you have tomorrow's your last home game and just game in general.
Yeah.
And then when do sectionals start?
Tuesday.
Where are they hosted?
Franklin Central.
are they really?
Yeah.
Is the whole tournament there?
Yep.
Dang.
Who do you guys draw?
Shelbyville.
And then if you guys win, you got Center Grove. Yeah.
So who do you think you'll match up with in the championship, or are you just taking it game by game?
Game by game.
Or are you just saying that?
That's a really good
Yeah,
I mean, technically, like,
if I was you, I would definitely be saying that, but I'd also
Like,
be thinking
I
about
mean-
the championship.
I mean, yeah, most definitely thinking about championship. I don't want to lose, but we also can't overlook, especially a team like Center Grove, where it's going to be scrappy, 32-minute game. So
And you guys won by 3 both times, right?
exactly.
So how do you feel potentially going into the next matchup with them?
I feel confident. I think that both times we played them, they kind of take us out of our game, but now we definitely know what to expect. And I think that we kind of shoot poorly against them as well. So if we fix what we can control, I think we'll be fine.
And you guys, both times you played them was at Center Grove.
Right.
Yeah.
And now it's in a neutral environment,
As the season goes on and you guys transition from, early season, preseason, all that, where your practices are really intense, does the practice change as fatigue sets in?
No, our coaches put together a good practice plan and keep the same intensity, and we go best on best, so we're always aggressive towards each other, so it helps us for the game coming up.
What do you mean best on best? Like not starting 5 versus the next 5, or
We'll split the players.
You
I
guys
see what
never
you
go
mean.
fives versus back 5?
We do sometimes working on our personal offensive sets, but not usually.
And if we do, it's ratio scoring.
Okay.
oh, I see what you mean.
How's that work? So it's like you guys have to score 3 times before they score? Or?
So
Oh,
our
like-
3-pointers are 2s and
Yeah.
our 2-pointers are 1, but they get regular scoring.
This season you guys have a better record than last year. Were you guys 24-3 last year, or 22-3 or something?
22-3, yeah.
So this year you guys are 21-1 right now. It's looking like you're going to have a better record than last year as long as you win at least one game in sectionals. What do you think this year made you guys better than last year?
I think losing semi-state is what made us better. I mean, we're all competitive, but just getting that close and being that close to playing out Banker's Life is something every team has a goal for. And I think it pushed us to want to have the perfect season. Even now, we have 1 loss. We can still get there, and so I really think just the motivation of last season helped us.
So last year you guys kind of jumped on the scene, kind of flew under the radar for a while, and then the end of the year when y'all were in semi-state, it was like, holy crap, this team's good. They're the best three-point shooting team in the nation. Like, everybody knows about you. Do you like being the, not necessarily underdogs, but like under the radar team, or do you like that everybody knows you're this good and you got the target on your back?
I definitely like the under the radar team. It's a lot less pressure, and before teams scouted us, like we could just we shot threes. No one knew yet, but now that they're scouted, like teams have game plans for us. Makes it more challenging, but we'll probably come out on top.
Definitely.
So you play volleyball and basketball.
Yes.
And you're pretty good at both. How do you find the balance in basketball season between the two?
So during basketball season, I also do club volleyball, so it's hard, but I just use time management skills. And, I usually have a practice or a game every day, but I think it just keeps my athletic ability up there.
I just like to say, Scarlett sometimes goes from basketball straight to volleyball, and sometimes even back to basketball. I think the first week of practice we do, 2 days, and she was going from morning practice to afternoon practice to volleyball and getting home at 10 probably, while taking AP and honors classes. So the kid is a dog.
Thank you.
So this is obviously your last go around. It's not like you're a professional athlete and you can be like, I'm flirting with retiring, that kind of thing. You're a senior. What's that like, knowing that this is it? This is what you got left in high school basketball.
So I actually don't really think about it. I mean, of course it's sad. My best friend here is a sophomore, so I'm gonna have to leave her at some point. No, I'm just kidding. It's motivating. I mean, as a senior, you want to go out on top, especially I've played all 4 years here. I just want to give our program everything that's given me. So I guess being a senior just, I don't know, gives you motivation, like I said.
I mean, definitely when your freshman year, we weren't that good. And
Terrible.
We just slowly built this program over the course of 4 years, and it's been crazy to see just everybody grow, and then you're just right in the center of that. It's been awesome to watch.
How did it feel to score that 1,000th point?
It was a good feeling. I mean, after tearing my ACL, I never thought I would be back to how I played before, or even better than what I was before. When things like that happen, people are always people don't come back from that type of thing. So just crossing that off the checklist of one of my goals, it was awesome.
Definitely.
Would you say your final high school goal is to win a state championship?
Oh, yeah, most def. I mean, yeah.
And then this is my last question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? So say you go play college basketball for 4 years. Where do you see what's your goal for yourself?
Well, I want to study psychology, but if, the chances of playing basketball even overseas, I want to travel and stuff. So hopefully I'm playing overseas.
That's awesome. Well, I don't have anything else for you guys. Thanks so much for coming on here again. It's been great having you. Cage, you're an amazing co-host, so thanks for that. This was Inside Franklin Athletics. I'm your host, Jake Trueblood. We'll be back next week, same time. Don't forget to like and subscribe.